My name is Amanda Gross, and I would like to share with you a few ideas I have about a U.S. history unit plan. One thing you should probably know about me is that I went to Bryan College in Dayton, Tennessee, and I am a huge fan of my alma mater. So I decided to focus on William Jennings Bryan and the Scopes trial for this unit plan. I named the unit plan "The Most Influential Loser in America Takes on the Scopes Monkey Trial." So my unit objective for this is that students will understand the importance of taking a stand for the biblical worldview amidst a morally decaying society. So I would start off with a warm-up question when the students come into the classroom to be written on the board. What is your definition of a loser, and how can one make a difference in the world while being considered a loser? So the first day of the lesson, I would focus specifically on William Jennings Bryan. His biography, he was known as a lot of different nicknames, one being the Great Commoner. So we talk about what that meant and why he was called that. We dive into his political career, the fact that he was of the populist wing of the Democratic Party, and we'd also focus a lot on his religious stance, because that has a lot to do with his involvement in the Scopes trial. I'd also like to show the students a video excerpt of his speech, The Cross of Gold. He was a great orator, and I wanted to get them involved in that as well. And then lastly, we would review his death, which happened 5 days after the Scopes trial. So that would be the first day of the lesson plan. Day 2, the warm-up question would be, in many states, evolution is the only theory or fact taught in a science class. How do you think things would change if both creationism and evolution were taught as theories in every science class? Then we go right into focusing on the Scopes trial. I'd like to show them a short movie that covers the different aspects of the trial. We'd go into the Butler Act, how the trial came about, and we dive into the content, especially the closing arguments. I want the students to pull out specific points, and I want them to decide who they think should have won. And then I would also like to cover the media coverage. This trial blew up nationally, and I'd like to go over some newspaper articles. A lot of facts were misconstrued, and I'd love to be able to show them what media can do, even in today's society, but even in the 20s back then. So day number 3, the warm-up question would be, can you think of any experience you've had where someone has successfully challenged your position based on the facts and conviction they shared with you? And this day, I would like to focus on, I would like the final project of the unit to be a debate. So on day number 3, I'm going to go into the debate introduction. I'm going to break the class into groups depending on the size of the class. I like it to be 4 people to a group, 2 for creation and 2 for evolution. I'd go over the debate format. They have an introduction, they have the content of their debate, they have a rebuttal from the other side as well. And then I would also hand out a rubric for grading. And then I want to show them a specific clip of the kind of debate I'd like them to partake in. And of course, I share with them some resources they can use. I want them to be credible. I want them to cite their resources. We can't just use Wikipedia, so we want them to use some good, credible resources. So day number 4, I want it to be just a specific in-class work day. So I can check in with the students, I can sit down with each group, I can see how their progress is going. If a specific student needs more one-on-one time with the teacher, I can do that for them that day. And of course we can expand that. If they're not getting it, we can take an extra day, or we can take extra time before day number 5, where I like to call the debate day. So all the students would do their debates, and then I'd like to do a peer feedback, where each student will have a feedback form. They can write pros and cons. They can rate each team. And then finally, I'd like to do votes for each of the debate teams. Who had a stronger argument? Who wins? So, of course, this unit plan can be adapted for students with special needs. You can take more time. You can take one-on-one time with each student. You can give extra handouts and worksheets and extra facts that they can have right in front of them to pull off of. So of course this is adaptable, but that is the unit plan and all the ideas I have for that specific unit plan. I hope you've enjoyed them. And I would like to say that I'm a big fan of my college, and I really want the students to embrace their ideas and be firm in them. So just like my college mottos is Christ above all, that's where I want them to stand to.